Hi, I'm Kirsty. You may have heard my story about my weight loss journey, and now I'm sharing my life experiences with others so you can achieve the same. So, today we're talking about, are you worried you're overweight or obese? Is the thought of you being overweight or obese a constant worry? Is your personal or working life becoming affected by your fear of being classed as overweight or obese by others? We all feel fat from time to time, right? Normally, after an excessive weekend of entertaining involving rich foods, calorific treats, and a few too many glasses of our favourite wine. However, the constant feeling of being overweight or fat is never nice. I know, I've been there. What makes it worse is that in our modern society, weight has become one of the most important discussions when it comes to overall health and well-being. Being overweight or obese now affects more than one half of the entire US population, but the question that many people struggle to find answers to is, am I overweight or obese? So how can you tell if you are truly overweight or obese? One of the most common perceptions people have when they ask themselves, am I overweight or obese, is that it is to do with the actual number of pounds they weigh. Yet this would be an oversimplification and sometimes inaccurate. Why? Because there are millions of people whose weight exceeds what is considered normal or healthy for their height and yet aren't considered overweight or obese. Body shape and bone structure have as much to do with determining what your ideal weight should be as height. In our modern age of ultra-thin celebrities, it can be easy to assume that if your body doesn't look anything like the runway models, movie or pop stars, then when they're in their skinny little bikinis, that you're actually overweight. But please don't take this comparison to heart. The media, especially the tabloids, have a fascination with weight, and if a celebrity even has a hint of showing a few extra pounds, they make a big deal out of it. In most cases, those celebrities they're picking on are definitely not overweight. Just look at Jennifer Aniston and Shakira. There's always talk in the media about what diet they're trying next, when in actual fact they have perfectly normal bodies and simply follow a good and healthy diet plan with plenty of exercise. That's what keeps them trim and beautiful. To cut to the chase, here are the three of the quickest and easiest ways to determine if you're actually overweight or obese for your age. Firstly, you need to determine your BMI. BMI, also known as body mass index, is a major factor in determining whether you're overweight. You can either calculate your BMI on your own or consult with your physician to help you determine whether you are, in fact, overweight. Secondly, you need to calculate your BMI. In order to calculate your BMI, you need to know your height, and we'll keep this discussion geared for American standards, so in inches, as well as your weight in pounds. So simply divide your weight in pounds by your height squared. Then multiply this number by 703, a random number I know, and then you have your BMI. Thirdly, you need to look at your BMI target range. For most healthy adults, a target range for BMI should be within 18.5 and 24.9. Over 25 and you're considered overweight. Over 30 and you're considered obese. Below 18.5 and you're actually considered underweight, which can be as serious to your health as being overweight. So whilst the body mass index is a fair and balanced guide to determine whether or not you are overweight, it isn't the only factor to consider. You must also take into consideration your particular build. Some people who are 6 feet tall, for example, have a larger bone structure and therefore will have more weight naturally. More slender figures, such as women, won't require as much mass to fill out their shape. So if you're asking yourself, am I overweight or obese, then put yourself out of your misery and find out instantly with these easy calculations. By putting this simple advice into practice and calculating your BMI, you'll be one step closer to achieving the inner peace of mind and body you've always dreamed of. One thing you shouldn't do, however, is ask your family or friends. I found that when I did this, usually they'll be afraid of hurting your feelings and may simply hug you and say, "Oh, you look great." Ultimately, how you view being overweight is up to you, but finding out from a health standpoint is of course important. So congratulations, you are now one step closer to finding that inner peace of mind or body you've always dreamed of. For more information and help to meet your weight loss goals and keep the weight off, visit www.weightlosseasyandsimple.com iOverweight.com, where I've put together a free report to help you. Thank you.